What's up YouTube, photographer Ronix from Main Photography, and today I'm going to be retouching Prince Meyson's image. And yeah, he did a tutorial about this retouching this image, and I'm going to be retouching this image in Photoshop, and I'm going to be using frequency separation. So as usual, I'm going to start by duplicating my background layer by clicking Ctrl J on the keyboard to duplicate, or you can just drag and drop right here to duplicate your background layer, or press Ctrl J on the keyboard to duplicate it. Then I'm going to come right to my frequency separation action right here, and I'm going to play it. I don't know why my PC is slow, but let's be patient for a little while. So I'm going to continue, and for my radius for this image, I'm going to zoom out. So I'm going to drag this until we are seeing less of this, details on the skin. So I'm going to use a bigger radius. I think I'll use 12 for this image. So I'll click OK. And to apply my Gaussian blur effect to the image. So and the other thing, I'm going to be using a mixer brush tool to do our frequency separation, and we are going to do less of the retouching because this is really a beautiful image. So here we are right now. I'm just waiting for this to get done so I can get retouching this image. So I think we are done. So I'm going to come right here, and first of all, I want remove the blemishes or the skin imperfections from this image. And as you can see, I'm on my higher frequency layer, and I'm going to use my clone stamp tool to remove these blemishes from the image. So I'm holding down Alt to sample from a cleaner skin and painting over where the blemish is. So, and I don't think I'm going to forward anything from this tutorial, so just keep tuned so that you watch each and every detail of retouching these beautiful images. So I'm going to get rid of this smile line. So I'm trying to get rid of it. Let's see the before and after. I'm going to use a bigger clone stamp to brush over the smile line, and for the remaining one, I'm going to use my mixer brush tool to kind of get rid of that remaining line. So I'm just going to blend it into the skin. So what I'm doing first, I'm removing these blemishes from the model's skin before I can retouch the image. Yeah, and this thing I'm doing is also part of retouching, but by retouching I mean using my mixer brush tool to do my frequency separation for this image. And I don't want to forward anything. I think we are almost done with removing the blemishes from this beautiful image. So I'm going to come right down, and I'm going to look for those little skin imperfections. I'm going to correct them. I think we are done with that. Let me do some corrections right here and on the shoulder area of this image. So as you can see, I'm trying to be fast with my retouching because I don't want this tutorial to be a long one. So I think we are done with that. So I'm going to come to my lower frequency layer, and I'm going to select my mixer brush tool. Just right click and look for your mixer brush tool, or it is usually under your brushes. You right click and look for it. For the settings, I'm going to use these very settings right here, and I'm going to come to my high frequency layer, and I'm going to create a black and white layer on top of my high frequency layer. I want something that is going to guide me when I'm doing the blending or the mixing of the skin tones. So come back to my lower frequency layer, my mixer brush tool, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to blend these areas really well and nicely. So I'm going, remember when you're mixing, mix the highlights alone, the midtones alone, and the shadows alone. Don't drag from the highlights to the shadows because you may end up distorting the original shapes in the image. Remember, you may end up distorting how light falls on the image, and yeah, you may change the model's look completely. So make sure you remain within the boundaries of the area you're trying to do the mixing. And as usual, I'm going to show you guys the progress by turning off my black and white layer. So, and for my settings, I'm going to put a link for you guys right above the screen so that you can check out the settings I use for my mixer brush tool, so that you can follow along. I know most of you guys have been having issues with my settings, with your settings, sorry, the ones to apply, the right settings to apply when you're using your mixer brush tool. And that's why I had to create a video a while back about the settings for your mixer brush tool. Remember, when you're mixing, you're mixing on your lower frequency layer. So keep on mixing and blending these uneven skin tones in your image. So like I said, I would get rid of this little smile line of the model using my mixer brush tool. Like, I'm going to flatten it. I've done so. So I'll show you guys our progress so far. I've turned off my black and white layer. You can see the before after. It is really subtle, but the results can be evidently shown. So I'm going to come and blend. What I'm doing, I'm trying to remove the bumpiness from the model skin and making the skin tones really nice and even. So that is what I'm doing for this image. I think we are done with that area. So I'm going to zoom out the image so I can see the errors I may have done while I was doing the mixing. So I'm going to come right down. I know most people tend to forget the lower parts of the body, like the chest and the arms, when you're doing your blending or your frequency separation. So make sure you don't miss out on these little vital areas, because they contribute a lot to your retouching. So what I'm doing right now, I'm blending the arm. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see each and every part when I'm doing the blending of these particular areas. So I think I'm done with that area, and I'm going to come right to the chest area, and I'm going to do some little blending on these areas too. And I want to get rid of this darkness. Let me show you guys. I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to be dragging from a lighter area to this particular dark area, so that we can kind of blend it even more. Sorry, as on my black and white layer. So make sure when you're mixing, you are on your lower frequency layer so that you can even out the skin tones really nice and well. So this is what we are doing. I think I'm done with that. I don't want to overdo a particular area. I want the image to remain really nice and natural at the end of my retouching process. Like I said, keep on checking on your progress. So before after, and you can turn off, you can blend your skin tones even without the aid of the black and white layer, but I would advise you to uh, use the black and white layer when you are blending, because it is really a helpful tool when you're trying to blend the unevenness in the skin tone. So I think I'm done with that. So let's see our progress. I'm going to come right back here and I'm going to blend this particular area once more. Yeah, so I'm now blending it a little bit more. So I think that is fine. You can see the before and the after. So I'll come back and I'll blend it. So I think we are done with that. So usually for my frequency separation, what I prefer to do is adding a layer on top of my mixer brush tool layer, and that is with the lasso tool and the Gaussian blur method. So remember, I'm going to sample the area of the skin, yeah, and remember the radius I had used. And for my feathering, I prefer to use a feathering of around 15 pixels. So make sure you select your lasso tool and come right here and select the area of the skin. So we are kind of refining this area of the model skin. Come to filter, blur, then come to Gaussian blur. So what I usually do is for this radius I had applied when I was playing my frequency separation layer, I prefer to multiply it by 3 and add 2 to my value. So 12 by 3 is 36, then plus 2, that will be around 38. So this is maybe like a fine-tuning process. Every time I'm done uh, blending the image using the mixer brush tool, so I make sure I select according to the shape of the area I'm trying to do the blending on. So as you see, I'm like fine-tuning the image, and I'm selecting the area using my lasso tool according to the shape of that particular area, because I don't want to over flatten the image. So I think now we are applying the effect on the chin area, and you can really take your time while doing this, because it is these simple details that make a difference to your portraits at the end of the day. So make sure you don't rush on your retouching process. So I think we are done with the face area. We are done fine-tuning the face area, and remember we haven't applied the effect right on this area, so we can still select and apply the effect on this area. It is more of fine-tuning the image after you have applied your mixer brush tool. So make sure you select according to the shape of the area you're trying to apply the fine-tuning, and remember we are selecting using the lasso tool in Photoshop, and we are kind of fine-tuning our final retouching process. So I think we are done with that. So let me show you guys the progress for this image. So this is the before after. It is not too much, but it is just enough for this tutorial. I think we are done with that. And now the other thing I'm going to do some little bit of color grading of this image, and before I can do that, I want to do a little global dodging and burning to this image. And yeah, if at all you want my action for the global dodging and burning, I created one, and I'm going to put a link right above the screen so that you guys can download and do your global dodging and burning. So after applying the playing the action, make sure you are on your black layer. Yeah, on the dodge, make sure white is on the foreground, or you can toggle by just clicking right here. So make sure white is on top. First of all, we are going to first of all dodge the image, and remember, when you're dodging, you dodge the highlights, and when you're burning, you burn the shadows. So come to your brush tool and make sure the opacity is to around 9%. Yeah, so come and turn off your frequency separation layer because you want to get the initial highlights and the shadows for the image. So just come and enhance these little highlights, and we have the highlight right here. So what we are doing, we are kind of enhancing all the areas that had a highlight initially, and now I'm going to burn the image. And remember, you're burning, you burn the shadows of the image, and make sure when you're doing this you don't totally zoom in to your image. So I'm going to enhance that area. Yeah, this is more of contouring. It is not like the micro dodging and burning method. Yeah, so I think we are done with that. So I want to enhance the eyebrows a little bit more, and I'm going to just get a small brush and paint over the eyebrows of the model. I think we are done with the global dodging and burning, so I'm going to delete this right here. And so as you can see, before and after, you can see that we have added some shape to the model's face. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do a little bit of color grading on this image. So I'm just going to come right down here, and I'm going to create a black and white layer, and I'm going to change the blending mode to multiply. So this is the image right now, and I'm going to turn down the opacity to around 8%. I'm going to come to my selective color, and I'm going to add some reds to this image, and I'm going to pump up the yellows a little bit more. Yeah, I think this is fine, and I'm going to pump up a little bit of brightness to this image. I think that is fine, and I'm going to add in a little bit of contrast to this beautiful image. So I think that is done. So I'm going to group all these by selecting them and clicking Ctrl G, and I'm going to rename this to color grading CG. So you can see the before color grading, after, before, after. It is really subtle, and I want to group all I have done for this tutorial, and I want to put them in a group so I can show you guys the before and after for this image. So this was our image before frequency separation, and this is the after, before, after, before, after. You can see the retouching is not too much, but it is just enough. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I'm Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching. See you in yet another retouching tutorial.